If you're looking for a big, powerful, 2 or 4-seat grand tourer that you can take almost anywhere, there are few cars quite as capable as the Ferrari GTC4Lusso at any price. Think of it as an ultra-premium rival to the Bentley Continental GT, Nissan GT-R or BMW M6 Coupe, cars that offer huge performance and room to carry a quartet. Fans of the Italian supercar manufacturer might be wondering why this car exists when we've already got the FF Coupe to do exactly this job, and they'd be right. This is an updated version of that car. Ferrari has simply cobbled together a number of names from cars of its illustrious heritage instead of calling it FF2 or something equally as intuitive. It's an FF in spirit, but look a little closer. This is more than a facelift. It's a fairly comprehensive rehash of the 4-seater Ferrari concept, with more tech and a total redesign of the outside, with a more balanced profile to reflect the new rear-wheel steering system's introduction along with improved aerodynamics. Inside hasn't escaped the designer's scalpel either, with an all-new 10.25-inch touchscreen multimedia and sat-nav system taking pride of place in the central console. This features quicker processing and more memory than ever and seems to work well, but still has no Wi-Fi hotspot like many rival firms' attempts. As with the FF, the cabin is meant to make all occupants feel a part of the experience, with prominent air vents aimed at each of the 4 seating positions to accentuate this effect. The front passenger also gets an optional touchscreen to display information such as navigation details, media info or even a force meter so they can see exactly how much cornering enthusiasm the driver has subjected them to. Sonorous V12 still a highlight. Another familiar feature is the kidney bean-shaped Manettino switch on the steering wheel, allowing the driver to flick easily between driving modes including snow, wet, comfort, sport and escape off. These affect the character of the car's chassis and powertrain, offering hard-edge performance or a softer, more compliant nature to suit the driving you're doing. The engine, still a 6.3-litre 12-cylinder derived from the now legendary Inza hypercars, is the biggest Ferrari has got and has been tuned to develop a massive 690 horsepower and maximum torque of 697 Newton-meters. It's a ferocious thing, with linear power delivery building to a howling 8,250 revolutions per minute redline before the 7-speed twin-clutch gearbox has to fire in another ratio. This is one seriously quick car. Its 0.62 mph time drops from 3.7 to 3.4 seconds. With top speed unchanged at 208 miles per hour, Ferrari has done a lot of work making the GTC4Lusso sound better too, though, with lower speed noise in the spotlight in particular, and that's actually where this car is at its best. Driven at normal speeds with the gearbox doing the work for you, it's sublime. You can change gears yourself too using the paddles mounted on the steering column unusually, because they're often on the wheel itself, but we found the box second-guessing us with regularity that becomes a little frustrating if you're driving fast. But does the GTC4Lusso corner like a sports car? Its handling is also perhaps a little less exciting than you'd expect from a Ferrari, but better to live with day to day. It's beautifully balanced and the steering is first-rate at any speed. But if you drive quickly and use the engine to its full potential in sport mode, you'll find a curious corruption at the limits of grip that wasn't there in the FF. Find out more about this in the driving section of the review. The GTC4Lusso is still a stunning car to look at, being and drive in almost every circumstance. It's the most practical car the firm builds, has genuine goal-must-anywhere capability and features more of the technology becoming increasingly crucial to modern car buyers. Deliveries for this intriguing replacement for the FF begin around December 2016 or January 2017, with prices starting at £240,430 before you delve into the traditionally vast optional extras list. You can expect a waiting time of at least 12 months after you've placed your order. The engine in the Ferrari GTC4Lusso is a reworked version of that found in the FF, and it's a wonderful thing. Developing 690 horsepower and 697 Newton-meters of torque, with 558 Newton-meters available from just 1,750 revolutions per minute. It's incredibly flexible as well as delivering an addictive surge of performance every time you plant your right foot. It's a 6.3-litre V12 of a similar type to that found in the revered Enzo supercar, and revs all the way to a screaming 8,250 revolutions per minute. Stretch its legs and the GTC4Lusso will cover 0.62 miles per hour in 3.4 seconds. With top speed reaching 208 miles per hour, the noise is unmistakable. There isn't another engine out there that makes such a refined, purposeful growl that builds in intensity and volume as the revs rise. Ferrari has altered the way the exhaust bypass valve works so it's quieter at lower speeds or on the motorway, and sounds even better when you're pressing on. F1-inspired gearbox. It's coupled to a 7-speed twin-clutch gearbox that works almost faultlessly in automatic mode, providing the correct ratio whenever you need in an instant. You're also able to switch gears manually using the large paddles mounted on the steering column, but we found this didn't work quite as well in the GTC4Lusso as it does in other, sportier Ferraris. The gearbox's tendency to regain control and shift up when you don't want it to meant it was occasionally frustrating when driving fast. It's best left to its own devices, the automatic operation perfectly judged for the sort of driving this car is set up for. You can adjust the engine's throttle response and the gear change velocity using the manettino control on the steering wheel, with snow, rain, comfort and sport modes offering slightly different configurations. Get ready for the launch, as in the FF there's also a launch control feature allowing you to make the perfect getaway every time, no matter what surface you're on. It'll even work on snow without noticeably spinning the wheels.